I respect that. And
would you, because you've got yourself in the usual trouble with you being too nice, would you have sacked him if he hadn't offered to resign?
Well, hypothetical, he did resign.
No, I know that, but just answer the question.
Well,
would you have sacked him?
Well, he didn't meet the expectations of a minister.
So was it a sackable offence?
Well, I think given how clear we'd been on the first incident about what the expectations...
Why can't you just answer the question? Well, see, this is why you get yourself reputationally in so much trouble. Would you have sacked him? Yes or no?
I can say to you, he didn't meet the expectations I have of ministers.
So you would have sacked him?
I didn't need to because he resigned.
See what you're doing here? I don't...
Well, no, but you're talking about a specific case, right?
Would you have said, look...
Have I done a good job of laying down expectations of my ministers?
Yeah, but
yes, crystal clear.
But the next step is really simple. If he hadn't... I'm glad he offered to resign, because I tell you what, if he didn't, I would have sacked him.
He wouldn't have met my expectations as a minister.
Why are you saying it that way? I don't understand.
Well, that's what I mean. If he hadn't resigned, I would have made an intervention. I would have actually.
Why is it so bloody hard? Well, I would have sacked him.
No, but there's an issue here, which is
what is it?
No, but the issue is that most importantly, the standards are really clear of my ministers. They know the standards I operate within. Whenever we have any personnel issues, I think we've acted incredibly decisively. But what I'd say in this case is I laid down after the last instance crystal clear expectations. He reassured me there wouldn't be another incident. He knew there was an incident. He then actually made that decision himself. It didn't meet my expectations. It didn't meet his.
Count how many words you're using to explain this. This is why you're in trouble in the polls. People want something decisive. And look, if you wouldn't have sacked him, say so. Either way, I don't care. But people want from you, the Prime Minister, to go, this is my expectation. I'm glad he resigned, because if he didn't, I would have sacked him.
Well, that's exactly what has happened here, though, isn't it? I mean, like, he has resigned, and I've said to him he hasn't met his own expectations, which is important, right? I want ministers to understand. I saw examples where ministers didn't know what the expectations. He came to his own conclusion.
Fantastic. Good on him for doing that. But are you the sort of person that would have sacked him if he hadn't come to that conclusion?
I think you've seen me act very decisively on personnel issues. It's something I've done all my life. You know, it's critical.
No, that still doesn't answer that. I don't want to get bogged down on this.
Yeah.
Why can't you be decisive enough to simply say, I would have sacked him?
In this case,
or not.
In this case, he resigned.
I know
if that hadn't happened, I would have then been involved with that and would have made a decision to say that he didn't meet my expectations, and that would have
which would have led to what?
It would have led to him losing the role anyway.
So he would have been.
He would have been demoted and
demoted.
The ministry would have been taken away.
Right, sacked.
Yeah. Well, you can call it sacked.
You've made a complete meal of this. The Cook's deal in China. First of all, China. Have we found out specifically